Hello everyone and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is the 29th through to the 4th of June, and yes, she's back. As soon as I start setting this up, she comes over on the sofa. Eva. Okay, let's have a look and see what the angels have in store for us this week. First card we have is Archangel Zadkiel, and it's a card of forgiveness. When Archangel Zadkiel comes in around us, he is the angel of forgiveness, but he's also the angel of emotional healing. And sometimes the person we have to forgive the most is ourselves, in order to have that lovely emotional healing coming in order to be able to move forward. Okay, so let's have a look, see what the influence card has to say about that. Okay, and we have the card of peace, and it's interesting where I was just saying about needing to forgive ourselves, because sometimes that's what robs us of peace, where we keep looking back, we keep regretting. Maybe we regret that we spent time with a certain person because it hasn't worked out or something's gone wrong, and what we don't see is what that person brought in. And even if they didn't bring in anything on a personal level, they may have brought in something on a personal level to us, as in they taught us a lesson about what we're willing to accept, what we're not willing to accept, maybe an element of ourselves we haven't realised. So no one who comes into our life is ever really a regret, but a learning opportunity. Okay, let's go on and see, before my eyes are going at me for waffling. And we have Archangel Raphael and the card of healing. Now, the interesting thing about this card, and I always point this out in a reading, is normally Archangel Raphael, we think straight away of healing, we think of the lovely green colours of healing, and we don't really think of the yellow. But yellow is more significant with, well, it's, for starters, it's significant with the solar plexus, which is about your personal power, which is about you. Okay, well, your core, your strength, your gut, the feelings that come in where you start to digest everything, all that lovely intuition that's flowing in, and start to make sense of it. So the yellow on this card is more psychological, more emotional than physical. Okay, and the healing on this card, for me, when I see this card, is about healing on an emotional, a mental level. Okay, so it's psychological healing, which kind of makes sense with that first card, where you need to forgive yourself or forgive someone around you. Doesn't mean you need to forget, and doesn't mean you roll over and let them walk all over you, but just forgive. Stop putting that energy out there and get that energy back inwards, so that your power is back. Okay, so that they haven't got a hold over you. And the more you do that, the more that healing will come in, the more you stop regretting and start looking back and just seeing it as a learning opportunity and be ready to move forward. And then that lovely healing comes in. Archangel Raphael links you with your intuition. Your intuition starts to tell you where to go forward, how to go forward, but you have to be willing to listen to it. Okay. Let's have a look at the oops, I'm using cards behind there. Let's have a look at the influence and see what the influence card says. I love this. I love it so much when I start talking about something and I turn a card and it confirms what I've been talking about. Because as I say, I always say none of this is scripted. I never know what cards come in, so it's a little bit scary if I'm going to be honest. But it's just lovely when they help me out. And we have the the angel of psychic ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at the present, and that's what I was talking about when I said about Archangel Raphael. We always think about him with physical, but he is the angel who helps us with our intuition and helps us heal our intuition. And as I said, this is about emotional healing. It's about actually starting to feel good again. It's about starting to step back into your power. Midweek, that lovely whoosh of actually realising that maybe you made the right choices, that maybe things happened for a reason. Letting go, just having that kind of forgiving the past situation and allowing yourself to move forward. Okay, end of the week. This is when they throw a curveball. Let's have a look. And we have Archangel Raziel and Hidden Worlds. Archangel Raziel is another angel, is the mystic of the angels, so of course, yes, you know, he's once again connected with your intuition. So I really feel this week's reading is about listening to your intuition, going with your gut feeling, okay? And, you know, I always find it interesting because even people, I don't know, die-hard atheists or whatever, or people who just really don't believe in, like, spiritual ideas, will quite often say, I felt it in my gut, or I had a gut reaction to something, and you think, yeah, you believe in your intuition, you just don't put it in the same words as us. But I think, you know, when you think about it, right from the beginning of time, mankind has been kind of driven by intuition. If you listen to it, it's that sense, you know, that sense there that really kind of gets you. Butterflies when you meet someone, or sometimes you get that kind of feeling that something's wrong. Okay, so it can go in all different directions. It can actually connect you with lots of different emotions, that solar plexus. But it's really when your solar plexus is really flowing and open and ready to receive messages coming from your intuition, coming from your higher self, that it really works. Okay, and we have the card of home. A lovely heart on there. Okay, so with home, it's about feeling secure, it's about feeling where you are, it's where the heart is, okay? If there's been situations in the home, you may start to feel better within your own home, better where you are, okay? This can also be that someone else coming into your life, someone who's going to bring love back into your home, especially if you've just gone through a relationship breakup or something like that, okay? So, let's have a quick recap. Malcolm, I'm doing a recap. He has a go at me for not saying I'm doing a recap. Archangel Zadkiel, beginning of the week. Now, really, it's about learning to forgive those around you and forgive yourself. I think that's the most important in this. I really feel that, okay? Peace speaks for itself. It's about having a sense of peace, you know, and if you're so ate up with anger and regrets and all those negative emotions, and it's very hard to feel at peace. Even it's really hard to meditate when you have all that going on, you know, because you start sitting down and you start meditating and all that lovely energy come in, and then suddenly, if you're like me, you find you start snorting and steam's coming out your ears and your nostrils and whatever, and it's like all this negative energy is flowing in, and then suddenly you don't feel like meditating and nothing feels right. So what you need to do is find a way. I always say, do not confuse forgiveness with forgetting, because no one's expecting you to forget somebody who's done a wrong to you. And quite often, if there's a lesson, then it's important to remember. But learn to breathe it away, okay? Don't waste your anger, don't waste your tears, don't waste your regrets on them. And if it's you, if you're angry with yourself, apply the same, okay? Stop wasting energy being angry at yourself over something that you can't go back and change. And instead, tell yourself you've learned from that lesson and you're going to move forward. Archangel Raphael, midweek, lots of lovely emotional healing coming in. We're following emotional healing because that's Archangel Zadkiel, but Archangel Raphael is helping with that, helping to really restore your intuition. If you've gone through a bad breakup, if you've got a relationship issue going on around you, quite often you start to doubt your own judgment. You know? You start to erect walls around your heart because you feel you can't really be trusted as the caretaker of your heart anymore because, oh, you let this other person in, or you did that, or you didn't listen to the signs, so your judgment is flawed. But what you have to realise is sometimes that happens because that was a lesson you had to learn. It was something that you needed to go through. Okay. Confirmation of this, the angel psychic ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at the present. What that is saying is trust yourself, listen to yourself, listen to that inner voice, allow yourself that time to connect with the universe, allow yourself that time to meditate, to have everything flowing in, so you can actually start to grasp the messages that are being brought in. Archangel Raziel, Hidden Worlds. I always want to call this card Hidden Words. And quite often when I'm doing a reading, I'll say that to people, I'll say hidden words, because I feel quite often in this card, it's when you look back over a situation, it's what's not been said, or something that's maybe been said, but said in like layered. Okay, and then you start, as you start to think back on that, connect with it, maybe listen to something somebody's saying at that moment of time around you, you start to see the truth. Okay, and as you start to see the truth, you start to link in with your intuition again, and you know, it's all that, to me, this whole reading is about listening to your intuition, and it's about going with your intuition, and that's what's going to make you strong, because that's what's going to heal your solar plexus. That's what's going to put you back into your personal power. And then the last card, the card of home. You know, if you felt really miserable at home, if things haven't been sort of working out at home, you may find that rush of love coming in. If you've been in, as I said, a relationship that's not worked out and you've not really felt secure at home, you've not felt secure anywhere, you may find yourself starting to feel at ease. It's kind of, that card is really about, after the tears, you know, after the tears have flown, after the tears have flowed, after the tears have flowed, once all the cleansing's gone on, it's that sense of feeling at home. And sometimes the place we need to feel at home the most is in our heart. And we need to feel like we're not under siege, we're not battling all the time, you know, with that sense of peace, like in the first card. We need that in order to feel secure within ourselves. And once we feel secure within ourselves, then we feel at home within ourselves. And I think that's really, really important. Okay, I think I've got to the end of this reading. I hope some of it resonates with you. I feel this was a very focused reading, very directional. And I feel the direction of it is listen to your intuition. And I think each and every one of us can take a bit of that. Okay. Thank you for continuing to support Mystic Moonstone. Love and light to you all.